what are some of the questions that people ask on the Moving to Jamaica series, and how am I going to be answering those? Let's jump into it.
Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. Jam Fam, come hang with me.
Hello, Wagwan. Big up yourself for the area yard or area abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. Now, in this episode, I'm going to be wrapping up and finishing off the Moving to Jamaica series. And there are some questions that have been asked, and some of them I've answered in the comment section, but I just wanted to share some of the questions with everybody and just use this opportunity to do a question and answer session in relation to that series. So we're going to go at looking at what those questions are and give you the best possible answer for each of them. So this question that was asked, people who asked it said that they're planning to move to Jamaica, and their question is that they're seeking advice about shipping company from the UK. So just to say that there are lots of different options for shipping companies, and the cost of it is going to be different depending on the service that they're providing you. Some shipping companies will want to come in and pack your things so that they handle everything from the packing to getting it to the port and then shipping it. There are other shipping companies that are happy for you to pack your things yourself. They will then come and collect it, take it to their storeroom, pack it in their container and ship for you. There are different options. So some people might give you containers, some might give you a portion of a container, some people might give you lift vans. Or a number of lift vans. So it just depends on what it is that you want that will determine your overall cost. Because some people wanted to understand how much it costs. So the key thing to that is that you need to just think about what it is you want to achieve for the company that you're then going to work with. So the company we work with is one that's called Crete Shipping. They're based in London, so it's Crete Shipping, and they're based in London. You can have a look and check them out and see what kind of services you want that they can therefore offer you. So the next question, someone was saying that they're looking to rent an apartment in Jamaica, but they're not having much luck, and they're coming from the US. So in terms of realtor, there are lots of them that you can contact, and there are websites like Keller Williams or Caldwell that you can go on and have a look to see properties that are available for rent. The realtor that we use when we were processing ours is Allied Real Estate. So that's the company that we used when we were looking into doing ours and looking to come to Jamaica. So those are the people that we work with. So it's Allied Real Estate Company Limited was the company that we worked with. And so you can look, if you wanted to work with them, then that's also something that you can check out and look into. So the next two questions, I'm going to merge them together and answer them in one go. So the first one was, how can we all improve the services that we get to not waste our time in queues? And the next question that links to it is, why not pay online? So there are opportunities for you to pay online here for all of your bills that you need to pay. You can pay them online. There are apps also that you can use to pay. And if you want to go to bill centers, you can go to bill centers. I've been told that you can also pay bills whether at the post office or at other bill master paying stations. And you can also go to the actual place offices where for the companies that you are using, and where they have pay machines that you can also go there and make your payment. So yes, you can pay online. People are paying online from different parts of the world to make sure that they cover their expenses, and this includes even making payments to the tax office for land taxes. So you can pay all of your utilities online. There are opportunities to do so. And if you choose, you can download their apps as well for each of those organizations. They have apps that you can go and make your payment. So the next question we're going to look at, this person wanted to find out how Eliona was like in school. So it says, how your daughter like in school? So school here for her is very different from school in the UK. However, she's adjusting to the school life experience here. Of course, she misses her friends from the UK, but she's also creating new friendships here in Jamaica, and she's thriving and doing excellently in her schoolwork. So at the moment, although there are lots of differences, she's adjusting to those. Okay, so this other question wants to find out how Eliona felt about moving to Jamaica. Now, because I had a plan and an intent to move back to Jamaica at some point, I knew that at some point Eliona would need to move to Jamaica. And so in our family, as we were in the UK, we were persistent at ensuring that our children in our field understood very well about Jamaica. So although we didn't do a lot of holidays to Jamaica, she was being told Jamaican stories, and they tend to be positive Jamaican stories. I also ensured that I tried to show her how we would be able to mirror our lifestyle that we had in the UK when we came to Jamaica. And so although all of that haven't yet materialized, she's able to see some of the opportunities that exist here in terms of having a good, exciting, vibrant way of life. And she's also seeing the impact moving to Jamaica has had on me. And so all of that together is helping to enhance her outlook on Jamaica. Of course, there are things about it that she doesn't like and would rather not to have to experience. However, she's finding it pretty much okay. I do believe that for children, it's the stories that we tell them and the picture that we paint in the preparation to the move. And then when they move, it's about the safety network that we provide them with and the familiarity that we ensure that they're experiencing that helps to make their move much better for them. So at the moment, she is fine being in Jamaica. This next question is from a Jamaican born but British passport holder, and she wanted to know what citizenship requirement or immigrational requirement she needed. So as long as you're a non-Jamaican passport holder, there are going to be things that you might be required to do. So if you're a citizen of another country, so you're a non-Jamaican passport holder, but you were born in Jamaica, then there are two options that you will need to take. The first of those options is that you could choose to have what's called an unconditional landing in your passport, which is pretty similar to a right of abode that you would have in the UK, which means that you're allowed to enter with the passport that you carry, and your stay is not restricted or limited. However, you will not necessarily have the same level of access to things as a citizen of the country would do. But there is no restriction on your duration of stay in the country. The other option that you could do is to just apply for your Jamaican passport, because both Jamaica and Britain allows you to carry to be a dual citizen and hence carry both passports. This is another question from a parent. So they wanted to know if I got a student visa for Eliona or if I got a Jamaican passport. So the short answer is we went down the route of citizenship by descent and then got her passport. You could choose to go down the route of getting her some form of your child, him or her, some form of leave to remain. But those are leave to remain that you will need to keep renewing. And this is something that you might want to do if the country you're moving from does not allow dual citizenship, or if it might affect their citizenship elsewhere and you don't want that to happen. Just be aware that the citizenship process can take a little bit of time, and therefore you might want to ensure that you get that started as soon as you possibly can. This next question is one that wanted to find out about whether or not we use the returnee residency route and how much it costs. So in terms of the returnee residency, you can find out information about that on Jamaica Custom. So it's Jamaica Custom Agency, which is jamaicacustoms.gov.jm. And so you can get bits of information about what they allow for you to take on the returnee residence waiver. So they give you a waiver. However, when you get here, you will still need to pay some monies. And the amount it's going to cost is dependent on what you're sending. So what's in your container. So being able to tell you how much it will cost is not something that I'll be able to do, because it depends on what you ship and how much of the things that you ticked off on the waiver form, and anything that you're shipping that is not included in the waiver, which is then going to work out your overall cost that you will need to pay. The key thing to do is to make sure that you push them to get everything sorted and organized, and you provide them with the necessary paperwork as you're going along, so that you don't then have to pay a lot of storage cost at the wharf. You will also be able to use your waiver pink slip that you get when you come in through custom at the airport, as to help with some of your costs that you will be asked to pay. So there will be a payment, but if you follow the waiver list, then of course your custom duty that you will pay will be significantly reduced. Just to elaborate a little bit more on the returning residence process. So when I decided that I was going to apply for the returning residence process, I went on to PICA, and that's where I found the first set of information. And on there it gives you a detailed form of things that you are eligible to use as part of the returning residence process. So that is things that you can ship and that will be considered with a waiver. And so once I got to that point, I then messaged the returning residence unit and then explained to them my circumstance. And what they then did was they sent across to me some information and also some requirements so that they can assess my status. And once I provided all of that to them, it was just the next leg of it was to provide them with additional documents upon landing in Jamaica. And one of the things you have to provide upon landing in Jamaica is your passport, which needs to be a Jamaican passport, to then be able to send off to them as verification that you have returned home. So, and then once that happens, the process will go ahead. The process itself went relatively quickly when compared to some of the other processes that we had to deal with in part of our returning. In terms of the information that we get, it was quite reliable, and so it helped advancing the process, that we knew what we needed to supply to them in a timely manner, and we also supplied it in a timely manner. So overall, the experience was a good experience to be able to go via the returning resident route. I'll just add up this on, although it wasn't asked, but if you do decide that you want to bring a car, then you need to make sure that the car is, the last time I checked, the car needs to be less than 10 years old, and you need to have owned it for a minimum of 6 months before you're going to be shipping the car. Of course, that comes with its own checks and balances that you need to do to make sure you've got all the necessary paperwork ready from the other side where you're shipping it from, and then when you come here to get the clearance of it done and the cost that goes with it. So there is no fee waiver on that. The waiver you get for that is how long you own the car for, and the fact that they give you an extension in terms of the age of the car. This next question was somebody wanting to find out where to get the information. They were referring to the immigrational information. So for the Jamaican immigration information, you need the PICA. So it's Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency. And so that's where you need, and I will put the website link on here for you so that you can go on there and have a look to see what you need in terms of the immigrational requirements for you and or your family in your planned move to Jamaica. So this question is about work in Jamaica. They want to know about working and running a business. If you want to work in Jamaica, then there are different platforms that you can go on and find jobs that are available in Jamaica. You can go on both the government sites for the different ministries that you would want to work in, or you can go on the Jamaica Gleaner, their classified page, and you can find jobs there. Or you can go on Caribbean Jobs, and they too have an online platform where you can look for jobs that are available. If you want to set up a business, then there are different avenues that you could take depending on the business you want to set up. But whatever you choose to do in terms of business, you're going to need to speak to companies' offices of Jamaica, and I'll put their website link on here for you as well. So these last two questions, I'm going to be putting them together. So one of them was querying, do you consult for those who want to move? And the other said, can you help me with advice on moving to Jamaica? Yes, we do consultations for people who want to move, and if you are interested in us giving you advice and supporting you in your move to Jamaica, then of course you can contact us. Or email is in the description section, and you can give us an email to make contact, and then we can have a conversation. Equally, there are some people who have mentioned their interest in working on their plan of return, and if you need some support and some assistance with that through consultation, then please say that in the comment below, and I will be able to host an online session where we can work through setting up a plan of return for you, so that you are clear about what it is that you want to achieve and how you're going to work through that as we consult on that process together. So please put in the comment below if that's something that would interest you, and then I will make available some more information with regards to that. So today we decided that today is going to just be a chill day, and we just unwind and relax and enjoy the summer of just doing nothing for a day. Well, when we say nothing, nothing scheduled and structured, just the things that we know we want to spend our time doing, isn't it? And so now it's off in the evening, and we're going to be looking at what we're going to have for dinner. And so what are you having?
Pasta.
Okay. And are you going to sort that out?
It's on the stove.
Okay, so I'm going to be sorting out mine, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm having. So for mine, I'm going to have this potato, sweet potato. I'm going to use it. It is sweet potato.
That looks like avocado mixed with a coconut body.
It's because I just washed it with the
Scotch Brite?
yeah, to get the dirt off it to make what I want to make. So I'm going to use that to make a jacket potato, and have that with some tuna and sardines together, and some vegetable. And Eliona is having her tagliatelle, and she's going to have that with tuna and sweet corn as well. How does it feel to have a day where you don't really have to think about any schedule and anything like that? You just go about it in your own pace and just doing your own thing. Okay, it was okay.
I guess so.
And how have your day gone so far?
It didn't go anywhere. It just went.
Went where?
I don't know, it just went. It didn't go anywhere. It just went.
Oh gosh. So, what was the high point?
Breakfast?
Oh, did you enjoy that? Okay. And what was the low point?
Finding out that my bathroom bulb blew.
Oh.
Because I woke up in the morning to turn on the light because it was early, so it was so dark. And then the light wasn't turning on, and I kept flicking up and up and up and up, and I forgot that it wasn't on, so that was kind of annoying.
Okay. So it's added to our shop list, so we'll get that rectified. So how has it been since you've been on holiday?
Yeah.
You're looking forward to August, isn't it? So hopefully it will come quickly. And until then, we'll just continue. We'll go back onto our schedule from tomorrow.
What are we doing tomorrow?
What
day is tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Monday, and we're going to do some fun stuff. Oh, there goes your timer for your thing. And so you're ahead of me with your meal. I'm going to go set mine up now so I can have it.
I don't think it's correct.
No.
But I'll try.
Alright then. So let's go. I guess the gymnastics and trampolining come into good effect for you to do that. Thank you for your questions that you've asked and for the time that you've spent to see what the answers are for those. Bye for now, and we'll see you in the next one.